Welcome to the Relatively Friends podcast with Robbie, Kevin, and Joe. Sunday morning, 10 o'clock as usual. How are you all doing?
Good. It's going. It's spring break. I had my kids the last couple days.
Spring break was last week.
This week.
Is it?
Well,
no, wait, this is the end of spring break.
Yeah, end of spring break.
So CCSD apparently had spring break, yeah. Wait, no, yeah. So this is the last week of spring break.
No, it's only 1 week, but
yeah, last day of spring break. Oh man, I forgot I had my kid the first half of spring break. That was pretty crazy.
I had in the second half from Wednesday on.
Oh, dang. See, we're always on opposite schedules. No matter what we do, it's always like this weird opposite schedule.
Yep.
You need to work that out better. Get on my shit.
How about you get on mine? It's easier.
Well, let me know. Well, I couldn't. I had to do the first half of the week.
Oh.
So, is what it is. We got an action-packed show for you today. As action-packed as
That's not crazy.
as action-packed as it usually is, which everyone knows how that goes.
Can't lie to the audience.
Who's lying?
You said it's action-packed.
Yeah, some great, crazy topics. We actually have topics this time, so, you know.
We'll see how that goes.
It's going to go great. It's going to go fantastic. So did your kids go outside at all during spring break or do anything?
Yeah, I forced them to go out. Took them to the wetlands, and they complained the whole time. Within the first 5 minutes, they wanted to go home.
Why?
Because they were outside and they had to get up and walk and move. Physical exercise is horrible for them, apparently.
Oh, that's like the polar opposite of my kid.
I took them to the park. They were there 10 minutes at Exploration Park by your house.
Really?
Friday.
You were by my house and you didn't say anything?
Friday.
Aren't you at Top Golf on Fridays?
Yeah, sometimes.
See,
not
there
this,
you go.
not this Friday though.
How are we
Friday was
supposed to
2
know
days
that?
ago, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Today's
Oh
Sunday.
my god. So Friday. This is a side note to what we're going to be talking about. But I get a call from my mom on Tuesday. She's like, "Hey." Oh wait, no. I should start with the. So she's like, "Hey, my your uncle needs a car." I'm like, "Oh, okay. That's cool." He's in Arizona doing some cancer treatment. So he flew out from New York. He's in Arizona. Some cancer treatment place, and they're renting cars. It's in Scottsdale, Arizona. Well, Scottsdale, Arizona, everything's expensive in Scottsdale, Arizona. Like
No, it's not. Gas is cheap as shit down there.
gas was $5 a gallon.
Really? It's gone up?
It was like $4.50 or something, and I was like off the highway when I filled my car up. I was like in Scottsdale because I left here, full tank of gas, where I spent $3.08 for gas. Drove all the way there on a half a tank of gas. I'm like, oh, I'll fill it up for him. And it was like $5 a gallon. I was like, this fucking sucks.
The last time I went down there, it was $2 a gallon.
Yeah, I don't know where the fuck you were, but it was not $2.
Downtown Phoenix.
Okay, so Phoenix is like 20 minutes, 30
From
minutes.
Scottsdale, yeah.
Scottsdale, yeah, because I had to take a flight back. But so they were renting a car because they're there for 2 months doing this treatment stuff. They rented a house, whatever. And they went to renew their rental, and it was like $70 a day or something like that. So you gotta think like 2 months at $70 a day on the rental. It's like
That gets expensive quick.
yeah. So I ended up like hopping in my car, the blue Bomber, my little blue Sonata.
So that's down there now?
It's down there. So I drove it down there on Friday morning, and then flew back here. Almost got a flight voucher though. This close to getting a voucher. They were like, we need 8 volunteers. You know how they do on like planes. They're like, we're gonna have to take people off, and I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. I'll sit around till 10 o'clock. 7 hours till the next flight. I was like, whatever. I'll just sit around. So like, they're like, okay, we'll talk to you right after everyone boards. Sitting there waiting. Everyone boards. Me and like 3 other people, because they needed eight people. I don't know how it worked out, but we're all sitting there, and they just closed the door, and we're like, hey, it's after the flight. Are we going? Are we staying? We need to kind of know this thing. And they're like, oh, hold on, we gotta do like a count. So they went and did their count, and they're like, oh, we don't need any of your seats. Hop on. I'm like, oh, No $900 voucher. Could have used that for something, maybe.
They do that every flight now, I swear.
I don't know what. I know 2 tickets went to airline people, like pilots or something, that were probably trying to get back, because there was two airline people who they gave tickets to get back on the plane. So they probably had to get them so they can fly another flight or something, which is fine. But yeah, I don't know why every flight seems to be like overbooked now.
They tried to do that when I went on the cruise with the kids to Florida. Like, we can move it to the next day. I'm like, no, because my cruise would be gone. I'm not getting off the plane. But we'll give you $900 vouchers for each of you. So I'm like, yeah, no. I'd be losing in $2,000 cruise.
Oh yeah,
The cruise would be gone by the time I get there.
yeah.
Can't do that.
If I had something planned like that, definitely screw it. But I got home and I just like did nothing, and I was like, oh, I would have done nothing for 7 hours sitting in the airport on my tablet watching some shows or playing Balatro or something.
Yeah, see if it was the flight back, that's different. But if you're trying to get to a certain destination on a certain time, I would absolutely not.
Yeah, stupid. Frontier though, so cheap ticket. But oh, that was the other thing that was really weird.
The plane made it here. That's the weird part. It actually made it back.
No, you know what? I fly Frontier all the time in Spirit, and I actually don't have any issues with the flights. The flights are actually pretty solid. That we get there, it's not turbulent. It just Frontier though, they're bag like Nazis now. It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. When I flew a few months ago, they were like that. They were like, "Oh, you want to bring a bag? $50. you want that bag on the plane? $60."
Well, it's not even that. Like, I get that. Okay, I gotta pay to fly with a bag. You got cheap prices. Cool, whatever. It's the carry-on stuff that's killing me right now.
That's what's the bitch. Like, most places you can carry on one bag with you. And that's usually all I pack, unless I'm going for like a week at a time.
Yeah.
I'll just take a bag with me. And like Southwest, they're like, yeah, bring that shit on. Let's go. Come on. For free.
Well, they're ending that now. Now they're gonna start charging for bags and having cheaper fare because the ones flying Southwest.
And they're going to have assigned seats too.
Yeah,
the whole
assigned
thing with Southwest is you can just, it's a free for all to get to a seat.
Yeah, so that's all going away, which is fine
Well, you
because
can
they're
pick your seat, can't you, in Southwest? But it costs extra money to pick your seat.
Well, that was the thing with Frontier. Like, I could pick my seat, but it cost money to pick the seat that I wanted.
It's like $75.
Yeah.
No, it's like $7.
No, it wasn't.
Frontier was like $7 to pick a seat.
Not when I flew.
But we also have the bear whatever, Bare Necessities or whatever the fuck their program is. You pay $60 a month year for.
Nope.
So things are a little bit cheaper, I think. So I don't know how much it is without that. So for me, it's like $7 to pick a seat. So usually like $21 because there's 3 of us flying. But so here's the thing. So the dude was like, backpacks, you can only have one carry-on. Okay, cool. Fanny packs are considered a separate item. I'm like,
It's a fanny pack. How do you?
it's a like, what is considered a fanny pack? That was like my thinking. I'm like, what is considered a fanny pack? Like, if you have a backpack and a fanny pack, they're gonna charge you $50 for a fanny pack. I'd shove it in my bag, get on, and then put it back on once I'm on the plane. Like, why would you like? What type of fanny packs are people using nowadays? Where they're
those
like
cross shoulder ones, and have a backpack with
that's
it.
not a fanny pack. That's
No.
that's a
That's a European, like.
That's a satchel.
Yeah,
I call it
something
like a
like
satchel or something like that. You say fanny pack, I think it's around your waist. Like, it doesn't affect anything. Maybe they should change their terminology.
I don't know. I have no clue. But that's ridiculous. They're gonna charge you extra $50 to have that stupid thing around your waist.
Yeah, they'll charge you for everything.
Like literally everything. Does a fanny pack count as a personal item? Yes.
Dude, at that point, it's just easier to fly there, buy all new clothes, and then just ship it back to your house after.
Yeah, just ship your clothes there, yeah.
Yeah, it'd be cheaper.
Would it? Maybe. It all depends.
Yeah, if you get a small flat rate box that's like this big and you put all your clothes in it, it's gonna cost you only like $30. And then you can send whatever size shampoo bottle you want.
I usually just, I like to buy stuff when I'll just buy that stuff when I'm there. Go to the store, buy like one of those little $10 packs that have everything in it.
Yeah, you can do that too.
Huh. But yeah, so that was insane that happened. That they were like, oh, fanny packs and stuff and bags. I'm just like, and I know they're like on the nose on their carry-on suitcases that you pay for, because my old one is like a half an inch too big because it was on the old standard. When you stick it in a little thing, it does it.
That little
The
slot they
wheel,
have you stick it in.
yeah, the wheel is like a half an inch. And the last flight I did, like, I forgot where we were going, but the dude was like, I can see from here. That's a bigger size bag. That's the bigger size carry-on. I'm like, the fuck it is. I've flown here with it. I've flown away with it. I fly with it all the time. He's like, well, it's too big. I'm like,
Give me a screwdriver. These wheels are coming off.
I know. I was like,
Right.
He's like, oh, it's fine. We're just gonna check it though. I'm like, you're gonna charge me because it's gonna fit in there one way or another. He's like, no, I'm gonna charge you. I'm like, okay, whatever. As long as you don't charge me, because I'm not paying $50 for a stupid bag. I just leave it there.
Just get those. That's why they make those new backpacks. They're like compression bags.
Yeah, I feel like I need to get one of those. Those like nice backpacks that you can like perfect square backpack.
And compress it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sucks the air out and crunches everything down.
What? Well, I didn't hear about that part of it.
You haven't seen those?
You hit it with like a shop vac.
It's kind of like that, but it has like the thing built in where you just twist it. It sucks the air out and compresses it, kind of like a.
It's kind of like a self-inflating air mattress.
Yeah.
Does it have like the motor and battery power thing or something?
No, it's all hand.
Like hand pump?
Something like that. But if you can compress everything, it's kind of like when you put the meat in the little vac bags. It's kind of like one of those. It vacuum
Yeah, but
seals
you would
everything down.
need like a some type of compressor though. That's why I'm like, what is the compressor part of this? Let's hit the Amazon real quick and see what's going on. Oh yeah, you get a little mini compressor.
So okay, it does come with one. Yeah.
I was about to
Those things
say,
come in so handy. When I went tubing down the Colorado River, somebody had one of those.
Uh-huh.
Otherwise, we would have been there for hours filling up all those fucking rafts. Somebody had one of those, and it was fucking a lifesaver.
oh, are you serious?
Yeah, that little tiny thing filled up like 4 rafts before it died.
Oh,
And then somebody had it looked like a drill,
uh-huh.
and that thing would fill up a raft in fucking less than a minute.
Yeah. So get that backpack, suck
Yeah.
everything down. You'll fit it in everything.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Huh. You know what? I might buy one. $100 though. Nah, like $120 average.
Yeah, but if you can compress everything into the freaking bag and not have to worry about any other carry-on because everything gets compressed. Because it's just clothes. Clothes will compress.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you put everything else on top of it, like
Yeah.
your shampoo or whatever else to take.
Yeah, you put that in the middle so it's padded.
I bring my Steam Deck though. That always takes up a lot of room. All right. Well, we just learned something new. Compression backpacks are solid. All right. I guess I'll be. Hey, this one's on Lightning Deal.
You better hurry. Get the 70-liter one too.
Yeah, see how much... Look, you can actually fit a lot into it.
70 liter. Jesus Christ. Like how much?
I mean, if you're gonna do it, go big. 24% off. You're actually saving more buying the bigger one.
Yeah, you are.
Huh. Yeah, I might as well. I will.
Do it. You know you want to.
I probably will. I'm not gonna do it right now though. I got time. I mean, it'll be on Lightning Deal for at least the rest of the day usually. If not, it's only $20 more. I mean, I feel like something like this will always be on sale. One of them will always have a sale going on.
And you travel enough, so that would probably help you out a lot.
Well, now that you looked at it too, it'll be like, hey,
Yeah.
take a second look at this.
Oh yeah,
You got another deal.
It'll show up on my,
Your biometrics are going to be showing you for like weeks. You're going to see it for ads everywhere.
It's gonna be like, oh, buy this vacuum backpack. Oh, okay. Well,
It's gonna browbeat you into buying one. You're just gonna be like, ah, fine, all right, I'll buy it now.
And then he's going to buy it, and then like, well, you bought this, you might like this. He's going to have all
I
these
know.
other stuff pop up now.
compression shoes. Take them wherever. Yeah. Could you imagine? Just deflate your shoes and then reinflate them.
There's a Hawaiian shoe company that makes shoes that are compressible.
What? How does that even work? Are they real shoes?
Yeah, they're like a weird foam. They're pretty cool. You can't find them on Amazon. They're I forget what the heck they're called.
I feel like if I type compression shoes, it's gonna give me those type of.
Like the calf compression shoes.
Yeah, that would take a little bit of time to probably find these, so I'm not gonna spend too much time on it. But I'm sure it's just like
those are for people who have like poor circulation in their legs.
I mean, you could just get some of those cloth shoes that those running shoes that the whole top of them are pretty much cloth, so you can just go.
That's what these basically made out of. They're just
cloth with a sole.
Yeah,
with a
very
bottom.
thin sole. Yeah.
Those seem like. I feel like I need to get my travel game up. I've been out of it. I've had like the same suitcase for like. I had my first set of suitcases I got when I was. It's when I moved to Memphis. No, left Memphis to New Jersey. So 9 years old, 9 to 32. I had 34. I had this. No, yeah, 9 to 34. I had the same red suitcase. So 20 some odd years, I had the same.
It hasn't been damaged yet.
Oh no, it was pretty much falling apart. Like by the end, I like the zipper was all jacked up. The wheel like barely worked. I mean, it was pretty much done. So I mean, I just threw it out. I just threw it away. But I got some new like nice, plastic shelled, hard shelled cases. But those sucked because
They break easily because they get tossed around.
Well, it lasted. I got those when I was 34, so it lasted 9 years or 7 years or whatever. And the last cruise we took, they broke them. They broke the big one.
Because they toss it around.
Yeah, it might be because there was like 80 pounds worth of stuff in there when they said they had a 50-pound limit. So I don't know. That might be it.
So it's your fault.
It might. That's why I wasn't too mad about it. I'm like, well, my suitcase was really, really, really heavy. I should have brought two. Because you can bring two, but oh well, you know what? It is what it is. Just buy some new.
I got a nice set of suitcases. I just can't afford to travel anymore. So they're sitting in my closet. I know you can't have them because
Why?
I might be able to afford to travel soon, someday.
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 Well, you're gonna travel to Guam. Where are you going? Guinea? I don't remember. Where's he going?
Mm-hmm.
Where are you retiring to and leaving your kids behind?
They're not gonna be kids. They're gonna be adults at that time.
They're still always your kids, though.
Yeah.
It's still your.
They can come live on the boat with me.
It's a boat now. I thought you were just going there. Now it's a boat.
It was a boat last time.
It wasn't a boat. It was just I'm retiring here, and then this was the place. Georgia. It was Georgia, wasn't it?
No,
Where was it?
it's an island.
What's that? Do you not remember?
I do remember.
He doesn't remember. I don't remember.
Well,
I
play back in the next video. You can go back and listen to it.
bro, I have no clue what episode that was on. You do realize we have 20 episodes?
Do we really made that long?
Technically, it's labeled 20, but there's only 19. Episode 16 is
Still missing.
it's still missing. I think it'll be
It's
missing
in the
forever.
archives.
Yeah. I may or may
About
not.
like 20 years from now, you're gonna pull. Oh, here's the Relatively Friends archives, the missing episode.
Yeah, maybe one day that episode will show up. Probably not though. I probably just we'll be at episode 100. It'll still say 15, 17. Maybe.
When all the AI robots come back and start looking at all the old stuff, they're gonna pull that up and find it missing
Yes.
when they take over.
Yeah, and the only place it'll be on my computer.
They'll find it in the scrap pile somewhere.
An unedited episode. Have to piece it together. Oh, okay. So we need to do more traveling. That's what I'm getting from this conversation.
Yeah, what do you get? I don't,
Oh.
I hate traveling because I hate packing. The actual airport, flying and everything, that's fine. I just hate packing a suitcase. And then you get home, you're like, I gotta unpack this bitch. Them clothes can stay in there for a year. I don't care.
Oh, you're that person.
Yeah.
You're the one where it's like sits over there, then stuff gets piled on it. Then eventually you're like, oh, I need this out of there. And then you take that one item out and you close it back up.
Sometimes, yes. But I don't travel often enough for it to happen that often, so.
He just goes buys a new one and just leaves the item in it because he doesn't want to open up the suitcase.
Oh my God, just buy all new items. Can you imagine? What type of person are you?
What do you mean?
Like when you get home, what do you do with your bag?
Unpack and clean everything
Like right then and there, within how long?
as soon as I get home. And unpack like 5 days. Unpack like 5 days in advance. You got to think military.
Okay, yeah. I pack like at least 2 days before, and I usually unpack within a day of getting back. Because I just want to throw everything in the washer. Because even if I wash it there, I'm like, everything in the washer.
Yeah, I wash it as soon as I get home. Military. I was trained to do that. Everything's packed like a week in advance, and then as soon as you get home, everything's packed and put away, and cleaned and put away.
Okay. So, you need to get on that bandwagon.
No. That would require me to travel more, and I don't want to.
That's the weirdest thing. I don't like traveling because I don't like packing.
Yeah, I don't.
That's a very weird reason not to. Usually it's like I'm scared of flying, or it's too expensive, or something that makes a lot of sense, but that really kind of doesn't.
No, it's just tedious work. I don't want to do it.
Tedious work. All your clothes are the same color.
It's not picking a wardrobe. It's actually just, I got to get the suitcase out, load it up, make sure I got everything, fold everything, put this here, that there. Then it's dragging it through the airport, and I got to stand in TSA line, and they got to look at my balls.
You don't have pre-check?
No, I don't. I don't fly that often.
It doesn't even matter.
Do you even have a passport?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
It is well worth spending the $100.
Why would I leave this country? No, get out of here.
You don't have to spend $100. They actually, if you pay for it, they reimburse you if you pay it on a Visa credit card.
Do you have a Visa?
Yeah, I have a few of them.
I don't have a Visa credit card.
Man, if you use Visa, they reimburse you the $100.
Actually, I don't know what my credit cards are. I know my bank
You can
cards
get
are
the
Visa.
the global one too, and they reimburse that.
Oh, I have global. I do have global
Global
entry.
entry,
I have
yeah.
global entry with all the bells and whistles, so Mexico and all that stuff. But I mean, it's all useless now. You can't really travel there. So
Yeah, you're getting limited on where you're going to be able to go soon.
yeah, pretty limited. But yeah, I do have global entry. I do want clear though.
You can go to Russia and China. They might let you come in. That's about it.
I doubt it. Maybe, I don't know. I do want to go to Japan though. That's a trip next year. We're gonna go to Japan hopefully. That should be fun.
Nice 24-hour flight.
16.
Oh yeah, we're closer to it, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be 16 hours. Or I could do.
Are they actually gonna go over the Pacific? Because every time I flew to that side of the planet, we go to like Maine first, then Russia, and then southeast.
Why would we go to Russia? Russia would be passing.
Well, he's flying from the East Coast.
Oh yeah.
No, because we flew from here. We actually flew from California, went to Maine. Sorry, it wasn't Russia. It was Germany, and then that way.
No, this flight's like straight over from here to there, like straight flight.
Go with the Pacific.
There's also a cruise, so we might do the cruise that goes over there. It's like $2,500 a person, but like an 18-day cruise, and it goes from here, Hawaii, like Alaska, and then Japan for 3 days.
Oh, so you're gonna go by the floating island of plastic?
What floating island of plastic?
So there is, if you go out in the Pacific, there is a giant floating island of plastic. It's about the size of Texas.
What the fuck? Is it like in a whirlpool or something? Holy shit!
Yeah, that thing.
Is this it?
Nope, it's bigger.
It's bigger.
Yeah.
Well, that's definitely not Texas size.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of plastic just floating out in the middle of the Pacific.
The Great Pacific Garbage Patch. Is that? I'm guessing that's what you're talking
Probably.
about.
Pull up the photo. It's huge. We went by it when I was on a aircraft carrier.
Oh, it is in like a whirlpool area. Okay, I see why.
Yeah,
There's 3 of them.
yeah. We went by that huge one right there.
This one?
Yeah, it is massive. See, that thing is big.
Wow. I'm surprised we're not cleaning it up and nobody talks. I've literally never heard of this. It's so big, it shows up on a.
It's huge.
Fuck, dude.
I've seen it. That's how I know it's massive.
Wow.
You see just floating trash for like miles when you go by it.
Wow.
I don't think a cruise ship will take you by it.
No, this cruise goes from like.
Probably like San Diego and goes down and around it.
It goes from here up to here, then to here.
Yep. See, yeah.
Then
we
it
went
goes, like,
straight across from Hawaii,
here.
straight across the middle of the
Then
Pacific in
it's
it.
like here to here to here, and then we'll fly back, huh?
We went straight across. So we seen it.
Learn something new every day. The great garbage patch.
I didn't know I had it actually named like that, but it is nasty. And there's seagulls everywhere around it.
I bet there is. I wonder what's like in. Is it just plastics?
Plastic bags.
Why haven't we just harvested it and like melted it all down? And
Because
if it's the size of Texas,
No one wants to pay the money to do it. You got to think, whoever does that is going to cost millions.
would it though?
Millions to remove it.
Yeah, it would. But how many? I mean, if it's the size of Texas, that's how many freighters? How many?
A lot. Hundreds. And you think no millionaire or billionaire is going to pay millions of dollars to clean that up. The government can't afford it. And no, that would have to be a personal endeavor with some billionaire, and no billionaire is going to waste the money to do that.
I mean, why wouldn't they? I'm sure it's a tax write-off. Oh, I spent like
Because they don't
quarter
care.
of $1 billion. Oh, but I wrote it off.
Because
And
it's just gonna come back later. That bottle, one way, is gonna end up there.
Yeah, there's a lot of these there too.
Yeah.
Plastic bottles.
recycling's a sham, apparently.
Yeah, that's where it all goes.
Could you imagine? Oh my god, it can't be that. It's not that bad. No, recycling's not a sham. They definitely do recycle what they can.
No, that's just people at like the beaches just dropping plastic and just leaving it there for years, and it just somehow ends up out there in that little section in the water.
Well, the
Fuck, go to India. Watch how much trash is on there. Fuck, you can't even see the fucking sand on the beaches in India.
I will never go to India. I will never go there ever. And it just the pictures I've seen, the stuff I've seen, it does not look inviting. I'm sure it's probably fine and fun and whatever, but
Egypt's the same way. There's just trash everywhere.
well, that's
You think
One
our,
of the most-
You think our streets are bad here? We get a lot of trash in Vegas.
what streets? Vegas is one of the cleanest cities outside of the strip.
Well, LA's
Outside of
pretty
like the
gross,
immediate
too.
strip, this is one of the cleanest cities you can like go to. Like, think about it. If you look around, how often do you see? Dude, there's people
I
cleaning.
see trash. I literally saw a guy walking in front of his apartments, finish some drink, probably a Starbucks, and just
Drop
throw
it
it in
on
the
the
bushes.
Yeah, that happens. That happens
That
everywhere.
happens a lot more than you think.
No,
You
it
don't
happens a
drive
ton.
around enough anymore to see how much trash is on the road.
There's trash.
Yeah,
everywhere.
but there's always guys driving around cleaning up the trash. Like compared to other cities I've been to, this is a very clean city with very nice roads. It's weird. I'm comparing to everywhere else, not just like here. If you just hear all the time.
Massachusetts is clean as shit compared to here.
I haven't been to Massachusetts in forever, but Massachusetts is a lot of green. I remember there it's like a ton of green. It's kind of like Jersey.
You don't
where
see
it's like,
trash everywhere on the roads either, though.
yeah, you don't really see any trash because it's like you're driving down the highway. No one really throws their trash out going down the highway.
Yeah, you don't see couches on the side of the roads like you do here all the time.
Oh hell no, that's not a thing. Like
It has to be like the northeast is clean.
it's just as it's the same.
Well, unless you're in like Rhode Island. Rhode Island's pretty gross. Parts of New York are pretty bad, but the
never
rest
been
of
to
it's
Rhode
clean as shit.
We should all take a trip out there, see Joe's hometown.
I can't afford to go out there. I'm trying to convince my dad to come out here so he can at least see his grandkids.
Has your dad never seen his grandkids?
He's seen them. Garrett was 2
Jesus,
the last time we saw him.
what's he now? 8?
9. He'll be 10.
That means
May 1st.
Blake's. That means Blake's 11.
He'll be 12 in October this year.
Why haven't our kids fought yet? Our kids were supposed to have a fight. Blake and Ram were supposed to fight.
I don't know. I got swords. I told them they can tell them to fight to the death all the time. They don't want to do it.
Oh man, we should have had them do it when they were young. That would have been a good match. Good times. So kids going outside.
Yeah, they don't do that anymore.
Yeah, they do.
My neighborhood has a lot of kids, and I never see them outside. But the school bus drops off hundreds of kids, and I never see kids in my neighborhood playing anywhere.
That's so weird. This city is a very transient city, and people tend to stick to their house. A lot of people just show up, drive in, and don't leave. I feel like a lot of kids don't go out and play. Like my little area, there's
There's a lot of kids in my neighborhood, and they're always outside. Like, Like, I came home from work on Friday. When I left, the street was nice. When I came home, maybe it's because it's spring break. These parents got fed up, but there was fucking chalk drawings all up the fucking street. Like literally, these kids like they drew something in the street and then just walked with the chalk going up the street. And then it's like I think they were making like a huge hopscotch thing.
Oh my
God! It's a bunch of little girls, so I think they were making a huge hopscotch thing, and maybe they ran out of chalk. Because it stretches probably 8 or 9 houses. It goes all the way up the street.
That's fun. That's fun. I'm glad they were outside.
Yeah, it wasn't like that in the morning. When I came back, it was fucking. There was chalk drawings all over the fucking road.
Nice. Yeah, there's like 8 or 9 kids in my little area total, and they just like every weekend they're just outside, just terrorizing the neighborhood. It's loud as hell. But you know that's not the typical. You drive around, there isn't that many kids out,
Yeah,
especially
it depends on the neighborhood. Like if you get to some of those neighborhoods over by racetrack, there's kids everywhere on like motorbikes, like the little motorbikes and everything like that.
Oh yeah,
just
like,
creating havoc.
Yeah, because they all have like little. I mean, it's pretty much just land out there, and they just
they
ride
can go
around
right out to the desert. Yeah,
yeah, that's fun. That's fun. What it was to be a kid, dude. When I was a kid, I was outside all the time. All the time.
you didn't have the technology and all the crap to keep you glued to it either.
No, I definitely could stay inside.
Oh yeah, you could.
Because I was big into computers. Like I was building my own computers, doing computer stuff when I was like a kid. So when it first started, I was playing like computer games, and I had every single system. So I had reasons to stay inside, but
I did in the winter.
always going
Just
always
because it was
going
too
play.
cold to go out in the winter.
Yeah, never went
Summertime,
outside.
I was never home. Winter, different story. You're not going outside for more than an hour.
We all had the same pretty much winter. You know, snow up to your ball sack. So you kind of never went outside.
I went outside plenty of times.
I would go outside for like 2 seconds, play in the snow, and be like, "Yep, that's cool." Back inside.
As soon as you got wet, even if you had like the waterproof boots on,
Yeah.
and as
They
soon
were
as
never
that got
waterproof.
through and your feet
Yeah.
were cold, it was like, all right, gotta go in the house.
As soon as you start getting cold, you're like, "I'm done." Take off your thick old,
Those big rubber boots.
yeah, take those boots off and call it good. Oh my god. Yeah, that's exactly how it would work. Exactly how it would happen. So,
Summertime here sucked for the kids though. It's too hot.
yeah, we have 3 months of
Which sucks because that's when they're out of
really
school.
really hot weather. What is that, like July?
June, July, August. That's
Yeah.
last June.
It started late June, so it's kind of like late June, July, August,
last year
and
was
like
last
mid
year was a
September.
fluke.
I don't
It
know.
was like cold to like almost July, and then July was just like, all right, we're going from like 90 to 120 plus until August.
yeah, no, it went into September. It was hot still in September. Remember we had like 80-degree
It was hot
days.
until October
Yeah, it was hot
last year.
I feel like
The seasons moved.
everything shifted over by like half a month, and because it's been like that a while, it's
Couple
been
months.
slowly
Moving. Yeah.
moving. So, which is
I don't
fine,
know.
I
It's
guess.
supposed to be pretty warm next week, so we'll see if it starts getting to the hundreds. April. That
It's
means.
happened before.
I
You
mean,
get a 100-degree day in April.
Yeah, we get
It's
like
happening.
maybe 1 or 2.
Yeah, at least one, and it's like the tail end of April.
oh,
but it still
hopefully,
counts.
hopefully it doesn't stay, because that's gonna be a very hot, miserable
What was
summer.
it? We went to Sick New World. That was 95, and that was April 26th.
Yeah, that's true.
It was 95 degrees that day. People dropping like flies.
Yeah, they were.
Dude, there was motherfuckers. They did
it's
not
a
know
funny
how to
thing.
drink in this heat, and they were just like dropping everywhere.
They
packed.
moved it up because it was in May the year before.
Yeah,
it was too hot.
It was Mother's Day weekend the first year, so that was in May. It was hot then too.
They were like, it's too hot, so they moved it up because even all the bands were complaining they couldn't
Because it
go out on
kept
stage.
all the power kept shutting off because it was overheating. 'Cause it was too fucking hot.
Makes
so
sense.
bands would lose the power to their equipment
That's
mid-song.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, and then they moved it till up 2 weeks, which still didn't make a fucking difference. They
No.
need to do that shit like this month.
And then they canceled it.
Yeah,
Yeah, they canceled the third one.
I
Yeah.
don't think they'll do it
It
again.
sucked. Well, I think they sold that land.
Well, I thought they said they overbooked and undersold tickets.
Well, no, for this third one, they fucking.
That's what the article said.
Well, the articles can say one thing, but they had a shitty lineup. It was a shit lineup.
Oh, I heard they had. I mean, I don't know what the lineup was, but I know they were like talking. They had too many bands and they didn't sell enough tickets.
Well, they paid too much for the bands. Like System of a Down, I think their appearance fee is like $1 million. They had Metallica, whose appearance fee is like $20 million. So they paid 20 times the price for Metallica, who is going to have a shortened set because they'll play 3 hours. They'll do a 3-hour show, and you're going to cut it down to 90 minutes.
Songs to do it too.
And people will travel to see System of a Down because they only perform 3 or 4 times a year. Metallica performs 30, 40 shows a year. I mean, those guys are in their 60s. But
So they would be out here. They would have to do a nighttime show then because they would be roasting.
it was that.
System of Down always went on like 9, 10 o'clock at night.
I think it was like 10 to 11:45 is what they played.
Yeah. So it's already nighttime.
Yeah.
Are they still super big? Are they still really big? System of a Down?
Oh yeah, they're hugely popular, and that's
And they still put on a good show.
when you'd look at the subreddit. People are like, I'm not going to see Metallica. I want System of a Down.
Really, System of Down was headlined it 2 years in a row.
Yeah, they're like, we want System. And then the co-headliner was Linkin Park, which they're doing their own tour as well. Like, you'd be better off going to, if you really like a band, seeing them at a festival is not the way to see them.
No.
You got to see them at their own show.
Yeah, no, I would never.
Festivals are an experience, like being outside, the stages, the food.
The
It's all
passing out.
I don't know, not me.
No,
Dude, I'm a festival veteran, man.
you live here though, so you're used to
Yeah.
that stuff. So
Yeah, you're outside all day.
Yeah.
You got those people that came down from like Utah that first year, and the guy was walking around with no shirt, and you were like, "You're gonna burn."
Oh yeah,
You seen him like 2 hours later, the dude was like that color.
was it that first year or the second year? The chick, she had on like, she was basically wearing like thong, like
that was
booty
the first
shorts,
year.
and she had like those big fishnet
That was the group.
pantyhose on.
She was with the guy that came. There was that group that was in front of the line in front of us that came from Utah.
I was like, if she doesn't put sunscreen on her ass cheeks, she's gonna have like a chessboard. And sure enough, I saw her probably about 7 hours later, and her ass was bright red, just fucking burnt to shit.
She was pale though.
Yeah.
They came down from Salt Lake. They don't get sun up there.
no, it's not very hot up there.
Yeah, that was. Dude, you see all those people at the end of the show just beat red.
You just see so many people get carried out because they pass
Yeah.
out.
What was it? The one that my wife went to last year's, there was that guy they were pushing in the wheelchair. He was out of it, and he was just puking all over himself as
yeah.
medics were pushing him in a wheelchair.
That was towards the end of the show too.
Yeah, that was towards the end of the night, because that was definitely, I think that was after Lamb of God set.
Yeah, it was right before what's his name went on. Who did all?
Danny Elfman?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a good show.
Damn, see if we had this show before, you guys could have done a review of the show.
Yeah. Danny Elfman was good. I took a shitload of videos.
Never see him again.
Who's Danny Elfman?
He
Does
wrote
the
the score
Simpsons
for The
theme,
Simpsons,
all-
Beetlejuice,
All
Tim Burton
All
movies.
Tim Burton movies he does the
Yeah.
music for.
Oh, I've seen this guy before. I had no clue who he was, but I've seen him before.
Live, or you've seen his
No,
picture?
I've seen his picture. I know of him.
Yeah, he does the Simpsons theme song he did.
You know his music back and front and back.
Yeah.
You know his music.
I probably do. I mean, so many people out there that.
Any Tim Burton movie, he's done the
Yeah.
music to it.
Okay.
And he was in Oingo Boingo.
Yeah, what was the other one? He did that one other one.
What?
The show. I can't think of it.
I can't remember. Yeah, but he did a lot of shit.
He had
And
a
that
whole
was a
orchestra
great
on
set,
that
like-
goddamn thing.
Yeah. It was a 70-piece setup.
What does that mean?
He had
There was 70 musicians on stage.
Oh, shit.
So he had like an
full
orchestra.
Okay, I was about to say, I'm like,
dude,
that sounds like an orchestra. Let me
did it
verify
for the
this
Simpsons
which I'm
theme.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, it was a fucking
You'll never see him again because he's what, 80?
71,
He was born in
72?
53, so he's old.
So he's 72?
72.
70,
Yeah, you'll never see
72.
him go on tour again. Not at his age.
But he looked ripped for 72.
He did.
Dude, he was fucking ripped for 72. I'll show you some of the videos. He was fucking, for a 72-year-old man,
Yeah.
he looked fucking good.
Damn. Okay. Okay.
Well, I guess his job's not that straining.
No, he sits in
Yeah.
a studio and just composes music all day.
Okay. Well, if it ever comes again, maybe I'll go. I don't know.
I think I heard that land, that corner lot at Sahara and Las Vegas Boulevard is owned by the dude who owns Circus,
It is.
and he's already sold it.
To who? Why did they do all
Don't
those
know who he
improvements? They did like a couple $1 million worth of improvements
That was
out
like
there
10
to make
years
it.
ago.
Oh shit! Yeah, that was like,
Yeah.
It was a long
while
time ago.
and it was probably cheap back then when they did it because that was
Yeah.
still like in the downturn. So getting that done was just some lights and some paving. So
They got some artificial grass out there too. It's a big piece. It doesn't look big aerial, but when you get out there, it's fucking huge.
It is.
oh no, it's definitely huge. I remember because I had to go out there for something.
It's a couple acres.
Yeah, it's
That's
fucking
where
huge.
they always do the We Were Young concert there too, which
Yeah.
I think they canceled that this year
No,
too.
it's still going.
Is it?
Yeah. Now, see, they had the ticket sales. Nobody. I had heard they had only sold 30% of the tickets. That's why they canceled.
Well, the tickets were super expensive.
They were the same price last year?
Yeah, We Are Young tickets aren't that cheap.
Not we were
either.
young. I mean,
Yeah, there was $650 for a VIP.
yeah, $650 in this economic climate.
Yeah,
That's
it
what
wasn't
We
any
Are
better
Young
last
still
year.
the same thing.
Yeah, and it sold out, and they put a day 2 on there. And
Yeah.
Day 2 is almost sold out.
Oh,
People will pay for it, but you got to have
people they
the
want to see.
artists they want to see. I don't want to. I've already seen Metallica.
I think that's the only band that was somewhat of a known band was like Metallica, and they
Well,
had
and
like
then
4 other maybe decent bands.
They had a bunch of other
Small.
like it was a lot of throwback 80s metal stuff. Like I think I got the concert poster saved.
Okay,
and
while
most
you're
of the
looking for
people
that,
I'll look
who
for that.
want to listen to throwback 80s probably don't want to come out to freaking Vegas.
Yeah, okay, here it is. So they had Metallica, Linkin Park, Queens of the Stone Age, Ministry's old as shit,
Evanescence is somewhat
Evanescence, Acid Bath, which that was a reunion show. Cannibal Corpse has been around for a long time. Tomahawk, the Melvins, Cradle of Filth, Testament, Exodus. I mean, those bands are old as shit.
what was that? What was that show we went
Cradle of
to?
Filth was pretty good last
Cradle
year.
of Filth was great.
What was that show we went to? Like, shit, like 8 years ago. That was downtown Vegas.
Warped
downtown?
Tour.
Was that Warp Tour?
Yeah, that was Warped Tour.
Okay. I just remember going with you and being like, oh, this is cool. Not really my cup of tea, but
Yeah.
I enjoyed it a lot actually.
Warped Tour is a shit, and they're doing it again. It's not worth it. It's not like it was.
Well, the price,
even
the prices
when
are
we
too
were
expensive.
young this year, like I don't care for Panic. I mean, I like Panic at the Disco, but I don't want to see them. Avril Lavigne, don't care. I've seen The Offspring. Knock Loose fucking sucks. I'm not a big fan of All Time Low. Bad Religion, that's a good show. They should be at the top of the bill. Bad Religion. Gaslight Anthem, fuck them. I've seen Ice Nine Kills and Motionless in White so many times that I don't need to see them again. Kubla Khan's okay. The Main suck. Asking Alexandria's cool. Simple Plan's cool. Weezer is pretty cool. The Plot and You. Yeah.
Weezer's okay.
I've heard of like 1/3 of these bands.
Yeah. I Prevail puts on a good show.
Does Weezer actually put on a good show?
Never seen him live. But like Jack's Mannequin, I don't want to see Jack's Mannequin. I want to see the guy's original band. And that was Something Corporate.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
It's for me, this is not worth $650.
No.
This is not worth $650 for a VIP ticket.
it said tickets start at $20.
For layaway, you put $20 down and you make payments.
Why the fuck would they put it that? That's not the real price then. That's so stupid. How much?
They say starting because that's the layaway. That's what you put down.
How much a general admission ticket? $425. No, I'm good, bro.
Yeah, see,
It's way too
for
it's
that
ridiculous.
lineup, no,
I feel like I
would
could
not.
do. I feel like you could do so well. I guess when you're young.
And you're not gonna see every single one of those bands. Logistically, it's impossible to see every single one of those bands. The way the stages are set up and the time constraints, you have to make choices. So you have to say $425. I'm gonna see probably 60% of those bands.
Not even.
Not even.
Not even. Because 2 of the bands that you're going to want to see are going to be at the same time with different sides.
Different stages.
And
Yeah.
you're going to have to try to figure out, okay, he's playing this song at this time. Now I want to hear this song from him. I got to like high tech.
You're like-
before that song even ends, you're going to leave to go to this song.
Yeah, and it's not a straight line to walk. It's walking out here, going here,
So
go
bring
around
binoculars.
You can't. No binoculars allowed.
That's kind of weird, considering that you're. I mean, you just.
In the 2 big shows at the end, you can't even get up close to see him. You know, it's not even worth watching them.
Yeah, because like people for Blink-182, they'll open the gates at 11. Blink-182 won't even take the stage till 8 o'clock. There'll be people up front for Blink-182 waiting all day.
Oh.
They won't even give a fuck about any of the other bands that play in front of them. They're there for Blink.
I don't think me and Kevin watched Korn or System of a Down because they were so.
We tried to get close enough to Korn, but it was the crowd. I love the band, but the fans fucking suck. Deftones fans fucking suck too.
Yeah,
I'll say it right now. I love the Deftones. I love their music. I think they're great. Their fans fucking suck.
We almost
Wouldn't that make you one of their fans?
We almost fought that guy trying to.
Yeah, dude, I almost got into a fight. I told the dude I'd fucking slit his throat. He tried to fucking, big time me and shoulder check me, and I was like, "What's up, dude?"
Yeah,
I was like, "Come on back, man." And he's like, he just throws his finger up, kept walking. I was like, "What are you walking away for, bitch? Come on, let's go. Let's do this." Like I was ready to kill that guy.
Yeah, we ended up walking out and ended up watching him on the TV.
Yeah,
because you couldn't get in there. You were like this, and sardines. You weren't moving.
And you can be a fan of a band and still say the fans suck because they act like
I'm
assholes.
just messing with you, though.
I'll stand in the back and just chill. I'm not there to fuck up anybody else's time.
Yeah.
I'm tall, so I don't get up front because I'll block everybody else's view. I stay in the back. I'm not going to be rowdy. I'm not going to be aggressive. I'm not going to do any of that shit. When your favorite song comes on, people just fucking run and they just slam behind you, try to knock you down. Those are shit fans. Then you've got the TikTok generation, the 13 and 14-year-olds who hear the music on TikTok, so they love them. And then they don't have a clue. They have no clue. All they do is they have their fucking phones up recording the whole show because they want to see that one song that they heard on TikTok so they can be the first ones to repost it. This happens a lot more than you think.
Oh no, this generation of technology. Trust me, that's all they do.
I'll take videos and pictures of certain moments, but there were people there that literally just hold their phone up the entire time.
Who was the singer that threw the fit and told everybody to stop recording? That we were.
Oh,
there?
That's funny. That's awesome.
Was that at the festival or was that?
That was at the festival. What? It was that not the two big stage, but that single stage that we saw Billy Vallow on.
Oh, the side stage?
Yeah.
Who was that? I can't remember. That was the first year.
That was the first year. He started throwing a complaint. He's like, I'm not going to play if you guys have your phones up.
Yeah.
he was like, I'm not doing it.
Well, that's right.
Enjoy the music. That's what he said. He was like, just enjoy the music. You don't need your damn phone.
Live in the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Live in the fucking moment. Don't.
No, no. I get you. I'm the same way. Like I go to shows and I'm like, I'll be like, oh, this is like my all-time favorite song. I'll record like them starting
10,
it.
20 seconds.
Yeah,
of
a
it.
couple seconds.
Yeah.
Turn the phone around, be like, show that I was there. And that just memory is just in my, but that's it. Then I'm enjoying the rest of the show.
Yeah.
Like I don't need to record it.
Like I recorded a lot of songs off of Danny Elfman's set because he doesn't perform live that often.
That's fair enough.
He's not like those other musicians who are constantly touring, constantly playing live. He won't play live like that again.
I don't even
Not
know
for a while.
I don't even know how they got him on that.
Money, 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 money.
They paid his booking fee. That was it.
I wonder. Is that like a?
That's a thing. You can ask. You can Google artists' booking fees
I also wanted to go see when they did the
or appearance fees or whatever it's called.
Nightmare Before Christmas live at the freaking Smith Center.
Yeah.
But that thing sold out really fast.
500 to 750. So essentially $1 million.
Yeah. You pay that money and he'll show up.
All right, bro. We need to pool our resources.
You need a fucking stage big enough because if he brings a full orchestra,
It doesn't matter. You pay his fee, he shows up, right?
yeah, he shows up.
Yeah. He can show up, stuff them all in here. Sardines, baby.
Yeah, I don't think my house or your house or his house combined meters could handle the amperage of one of those.
Oh, no. We'd have to put in some 240 outlets.
Yeah.
I don't even think 240 outlets
No.
would handle it.
Oh, no.
But it was.
You'd need your own freaking. You need like 3 or 4 of the large transformers.
Oh,
to
some
handle
switches?
that. Yeah,
Some
some
switches,
switch
yeah.
cabinets.
Yeah. Well, now I know. I mean, I knew there was booking fees, but I've never really thought much about it. You really don't think about that. I mean, obviously people get paid to do things like comedy shows, live shows, but you never really think how much it is. So, I mean, Except for when I buy tickets off Ticketmaster. Then I'm like, how much of this actually goes to the artist? Because this shit is expensive with all the fees and bullshit and this and that.
Not a lot, actually. The artists really have no control over Ticketmaster.
Yeah, I mean, the fee part of it, I know that's...
Well, not even the fees. It's not like... Some artists can, like the big ones, will say, yo, we're doing a tour and we don't want our tickets to be more than $100 or whatever.
Yeah.
But some of those smaller artists, they can't control that. They're just lucky to get booked into a venue.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it seems here that, I don't know what's the deal with the venues, but we don't get a lot of big artists come through here that often.
Oh, because the fees
It's either Phoenix or Salt Lake City.
We do
They
get...
skip Vegas. I mean, we do get shows. I mean, we have venues like Brooklyn Bowl and House of Blues and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, we
But
get the little artists
That's
there.
not a large theater room either.
No.
We get a lot of... Now that we have Allegiant Stadium,
Yeah,
I've been to 3 concerts at Allegiant where
Well, even
they've
for a
sold
lot
out
of the
Allegiant.
stuff that me and him like, T-Mobile's too big.
Yeah.
Billy Vallow couldn't fill half a T-Mobile.
T-Mobile... I went to... What did I go to at T-Mobile? I went to something at T-Mobile.
The last band I seen that filled up one of those was Green Day. They filled up
Yeah.
the MGM studio.
Ed Sheeran filled...
Ed Sheeran's got
Allegiant.
a large following though.
Yeah, he's got
And,
a lot of followers.
Who's the other? God, I can't remember the band. The Canadian band.
Nickelback.
Nickelback filled T-Mobile Arena.
They sell arenas out all the time. People shit on them, but they fucking sell
Dude,
arenas.
I don't...
They have
They
a
got
large
a
they
huge
have a-
fan base.
I think they shit on them just to shit on them. I don't think it's like...
absolutely love them.
Yeah.
There's no in between with Nickelback
Yeah.
for some reason.
But they fucking do business.
I'm pretty
they
sure
do a lot of business.
It's just cool to hate on Nickelback, but people really secretly like them. I don't know. I've never
Their
had an
first
issue with
album
them.
was solid.
They-
I like their first album.
Their live performance was solid. I saw it. I was like, wow, I would definitely come to this again. It was really good.
I've heard their shows are good.
No,
They don't
yeah,
put
no.
on a shit show. They put on a good show,
No, it was a very good show.
and they sell out arenas. Like they do.
Yeah, they pretty much sold out T-Mobile. Like probably, I would say like 85%, which I mean, I consider that sold out.
That's what's T-Mobile? 19,000 seats, 18,000 plus floor.
Oh, I don't know.
Jimmy Buffett sold out the freaking stadium.
Yeah,
His
all
tis-
those old parrot heads. Yeah, of course.
And his tickets weren't fucking cheap. They were starting at like $1,200 a ticket for like bleacher seats.
20,000.
20,000.
So probably 25,000
Yeah, if you
with the
put
floor
on the floor. Yeah,
And the floor was full. I do remember that Nickelback floor full.
because floor is usually
The cheapest.
Yeah.
No,
No, yeah, you can get the floor is usually general admission.
no, those floors were
Or do
all
they have
like
seats on the floor?
there were seats on the floor. Those were all the most expensive seats.
Yeah, usually the floor is the floor. It's
The general admission.
the standing room.
Nah, those for that concert, it was all just like seats and just they were like probably 3 times as much as every other as like the first like in stadium seat. They were expensive because I was like, oh, maybe we'll get down there. I was like, nope.
Yeah, okay.
That,
if they had
those
seats on the
that
floor,
usually
yeah.
sells out for us as that middle section.
And we went to another concert there where it was standing room down there, and I can't remember. Can't remember who the second concert we went to, but that was all standing room, and those were like $25 seats, $25. But I'm like, dude, I'm not standing.
I like how they built the MSG Sphere specifically for concerts, and no one's booked it besides you two.
I
The
saw
Eagles are there.
Are they?
Oh yeah, they have a huge show there. Like wildly, it's expensive. It's expensive as shit, but you pay for the immersive experience.
Yeah.
It's actually worth it. We
I
went
think
to
Backstreet
the
Boys are going to play there too. It's either one of those '90s boy bands
in sync.
is going to be doing a residency there.
Really? Residency, huh? That's weird.
well,
That's what Eagles are
you two did a residency. They were there
that's what it
for. Are they still there?
They
Or
still
they
do shows
switch
there.
out for the?
I think they switched out for the Eagles.
Okay. Well,
Eagles has a huge following. They've been-
problem-
So does U2. Like,
Yeah.
I hate U2. They fucking suck.
the problem with the Sphere is the tickets. Like you said, the tickets are super expensive. Like we got to
I think it's
go.
like a $3 billion arena.
Yeah, we got to go, but we lucked out because someone had bought tickets that we knew, and then they were like, "You guys want these tickets because we're not coming to Vegas anymore." So we got 4 tickets for, I don't even know what it was, but it wasn't a lot.
Well, just to go see their general little show that they put on there. It shows like the Earth and does everything
This is all 120 bucks or something.
Yeah.
$20 or something like that.
Yeah.
per person.
But I will say, if I would pay for the show I saw of U2, I would pay $250 a ticket.
Yeah, they're probably a lot more than that if you had to.
Oh no,
to
no,
buy
no, no,
them.
no, no. That's what I would pay.
Yeah, I know, but they're probably a lot more than that.
Yeah, no. The tickets were like, I mean, the tickets were like $1,000 a piece, like resale. But I think originally they were like $200-300, but everything was resale, so
Yeah,
they were like
resale,
$1,000
because it's all
each.
sold out and everything, so people reselling their tickets.
But it is very interesting because like there's a giant screen. I mean, the whole freaking thing's a screen, so you literally can see everything all the time. They're like specs. We were at the very, very top, and they were like specs, but you could see them on this massive screen, so it worked out.
Yeah, not worth it to me.
No, we should go to a show.
It depends on the show.
We'll go to a cheap show, then I'll take.
I mean,
I'll take
that
you.
show
You
they
just
have
gotta
the
make time.
postcards from the Earth, it doesn't look terrible, but it's only an hour. I want something to keep me there for a minute. I know they say show up early.
down there.
Yeah, don't they say show up early because they want you to hang around in the lobby and check the animatronics and all that cool shit, and they want you to buy drinks and stuff like that. That's cool and all, but I want a show that's going to keep me there for 2 hours.
I just want to go in there and hook up my PlayStation.
Could you imagine? Do you think they actually did that? Let someone go in there and play like a game?
It cost a fortune. Like, they had some DJs playing there a few weeks ago, and people were posting about it that they didn't use the full screen setup, and they said, dude, it costs like $100,000 a minute to program that screen for whatever you want. It costs a fortune.
That's why tickets for shows are so expensive.
Yeah.
It costs so much money to use it.
Like the YouTube show is the entirety of the screen. Like you could look in any direction.
Yeah.
Like up, down, left, right, and there's something happening, and it's all different.
You two can afford that. So can their record label.
If I actually cared about how much are the Eagle tickets? This is resale. So how much are people reselling the tickets for? $380. Okay, that's not bad. That's not terrible. 400, 800 dead center. Like this is all standing room down here. Those aren't seats.
I mean,
And
That's all
those people
standing
are
room.
old.
Yeah.
The people who are going to go see the Eagles, you're not going to have anybody.
That's what I mean. Like the close seats, even if they're not seats in standing room, it's still super expensive nowadays. These are super expensive too. We were sitting right here in 403, and it was a great experience. Huh.
Again, the people that listen to the Eagles are people in like their 60s and above.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so they got the money.
Depending. I know people that have the money. I know somebody who has. If I had his money, I'd throw mine away. That's how much money he has, and he's like, I'm not paying those prices.
I mean, people don't get a lot of money by just throwing their money
He
away.
might not be a fan either.
No, he is. He's a huge fan. Huge fan. Loves them. And he was because he's married to my wife's aunt. Like, yeah, come on out. We always have a good time when you're out here. He's like, I ain't paying those fucking prices for those tickets. And I mean, he got his money by starting a business, then selling it, then starting another business, and selling it, and starting another business. He just kept rolling that money over. And the guy's smart as shit. And
Well, that's why he has the money.
Yeah.
Because he's not
he's got.
throwing it away.
He's like, I'll tell you, my father-in-law has money. He's got a lot of money, and when my father-in-law says that he's got even more, I'm like, fuck, that's a lot of money.
So we need to figure out a concert we can go to that's cheap. Nothing's cheap here though. That's
No.
the problem now, especially now.
It's actually cheaper to fly to LA and see a concert than it is to pay for a concert
It's
here.
cheaper to do a lot of things than like fly somewhere and do it. Last year, I think it was last year, I wanted to go see a preseason game for like NFL, and we were debating between going to Seattle or Texas.
Because it was cheaper.
But to see one preseason game here, the price of the one ticket, I could have flew my whole family out to see and stayed in a hotel.
What?
It was like $300 total. It was like $50 for the flight, so $150. It was like $17 for the ticket, and the night stay it was like $60.
Yeah.
And it was like $320 to buy like one ticket here. I'm like, why can I go anywhere else and see a game and stay there? And it's like nothing. Like Vegas needs to, I don't know, they need to have like like real local deals, not just, oh, you get 1% off the ticket. No, give us like, hey, we're local. Give us some like real
They
deals.
don't even honor those deals anyway.
No, they don't.
Depends
They
on
don't
what
know.
it is.
MGM advertises, 3 hours of free parking for locals.
Yeah, it's legit.
No, it's not. I'll tell you why.
I use it all the time.
2 hours and 40 minutes I was there. They still had to pay the $20. It says up to 3 hours. So they decide how long you've been there. Even though the ticket said 2 hours and 40 minutes, I still had to pay $20.
Oh, I'd have been like, usually you flash your ID and then they go, oh, okay, cool.
So what you do is when you pull into the parking garage, it scans your plate. They give you a ticket.
Yeah.
And it comes out and it's supposed to scan your plate again.
Yeah.
And then you scan your license. Then it says, nope, $20.
Oh, yeah, no, fuck that. So here's what I do. That happened to me once. I hit that button and I sit there until someone gets on and I say, hey, I'm local. I've only been here this long. And then they just hit the button, open it, and I drive out. I'm not paying it. I'll sit there all day and block up the whole thing until someone answers the little pager thing.
Well, they answer pretty quick, but I was like, you know.
Yeah, sometimes I guess sometimes it definitely doesn't work right.
And if there's an event downtown, regardless if you're local, they're making you pay. And it's not.
Oh, yeah, no, events don't matter.
No, events, they'll squeeze every nickel out of you they can.
Yeah.
Sick New World. What did I pay? $75?
$75 to park.
I mean, that's like going to a Raiders game or something. You just got to pay to park. I mean, we do have, the good thing is about a lot of events that happen in Vegas, they do have, the RTC has local transit for like $1.
For like, I think it's...
They're $6? No.
I think it's $4.
It used to be $1. Then it was like, now I think it's like $4 now.
For Golden Knights games, like if you go to Green Valley Ranch and park your car there and take the shuttle, it'll drop you off right at T-Mobile. And then I think it's like $4 a person. And then it'll take you from the game back to Green Valley Ranch.
Yeah.
And they do it for Santa Fe. They do it for all the station casinos.
Yeah, they do it for all the casinos because we usually leave from the M. We leave from the M, hop on that bus, and
yeah. And it's
God, that's a long drive from the M.
Yeah, but to save you figure valet parking is $40. If it's a Golden Knights game, it's probably $50. I would rather pay $4 and park at the M.
True.
And save that money because guess what? I'll be spending that money in the venue.
yeah.
If you hit me for $50 just to park, guess what? That's $50 less that I'm spending inside the stadium.
Yeah. This is true.
Oh, well, nothing's cheap to do in this valley anymore anyway.
No, nothing's cheap.
There's not that much to do with your kids anyway outside besides parks because anything else you want to take them to, it's either around the strip or downtown. You got to go to like the Cashman Center, like the Children's Museum, which is still expensive.
I mean, we
as
still
shit
have
to go
Dave
to.
and Buster's. That's kind of. We have water parks, Dave and Buster's.
Yeah, but the water parks aren't really that cheap.
They're not cheap.
And they're not even opened yet.
Yeah. But we have them. So that's a plus, right?
I can just go to my mom's pool for free.
I'm going to go to your mom's pool for free. I need my hot tub to show up.
You have a hot tub?
Yeah, bought a hot tub.
How much you spend for that thing?
Too much?
Where are you putting it? Where the dog pen used to be?
No, I'm getting rid of all the grass.
You just put all that in like 2 years ago, didn't you?
No, the grass has been there
grass has
since
been there for a minute.
Since we did the first landscape, like a year after we bought the house.
Is this going to be one of like the stand-up ones or the ones that go on the ground?
It's above ground, so I'm just gonna put a pad and then drop it on the pad. But it's a 9-seater, so it's actually quite big.
Yeah, you can't put a pool in your yard. Your yard's not that big.
I could put a 20 by.
You could put a plunge pool in your yard. That's pretty much it.
Because your house, it has to be like what, 3 feet from the wall and
Yeah, I can do 20 by
house.
essentially 20 by 15 without sacrificing too much space would be the size. And I was like, it's not really. Like, what am I gonna do with that? Swim in place. So yeah. So now I gotta do like at some point I'm gonna get out there and do like backyard work and build a little pad and stuff, and then
You have to run the electricity.
yeah. You want to know a good electrician? I mean, I could do.
My neighbor across the street's a retired electrician.
Is he?
Yeah.
Ask him. Do you ever talk to him?
Yeah, talk to him all the time. He's a good guy.
Ask him if he could. What he'd charge to do some 240.
Okay.
I mean, sure, it's not that
Because
hard.
You're gonna have to run it from your panel all the way in the back.
Like, that's the best part. When I built my backyard, I anticipated having to run various things.
So you already have the conduit in?
There's conduit all through the backyard and a big junction box like just set up right next to my thing. So I'm all set up. I just got to pull wire.
Nice.
So, you know, I'm ready to go. Just got to tear down. I might have to get rid of the lemon tree, though. It's a really big lemon tree. So anyone who possibly wants a lemon tree.
My HOA forbids fruit trees.
Oh, dude.
Does it really?
Yeah.
Well, if it's in your backyard, how are they going to know?
They will know.
Oh.
They'll come up to your gate and because they give us a year to do our landscaping. And then I've seen them taking pictures of people's backyards.
That's actually illegal.
No, it's not.
It's the HOA.
HOAs are pretty much second governments.
Yeah.
They do whatever the fuck they want.
They can
No, they're still limited.
No, not really.
They can't come into your backyard, but they can take pictures.
Yeah.
I think they have drones too.
Yeah,
They can
drone's
drone.
different, Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy drives up to my house and takes pictures of my side yard. Freaking eyeball him. I see you. I know your license plate. Fucking shank him.
Yeah, HOAs need to go away.
No.
No,
HOAs
They,
need to be.
they have to be limited.
They need to be regulated.
Regulate. There
I was
you
about
go.
to say, I have a very love-hate relationship with HOAs. Like, I love that they keep like shit. Like, I don't want to live in one of those neighborhoods where somebody's got like
50 cars.
four dead cars on his lawn. It just
Yeah.
looks like shit. There's weeds everywhere. At least an HOA keeps that shit out of there.
Yeah, they keep that out. That's what I don't
But
want.
then
to
they
happen.
also do other horse shit. They're like, if you have a single weed,
They want to
like,
find
just-
you and take your house.
yeah, they're like,
Yeah, they need to be regulated.
Yeah, they need to be like regulated. That's what needs to happen.
I can understand people having a weed here, a weed there. It takes 2 seconds to pull them and you're done. But when your whole yard is overgrown with shit, that's when an HOA is
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, true. They tried to make me put trees back in because I had trees when I first moved in, and I was like,
Trees aren't cheap.
not trees. They
though.
were like bushes. They're not cheap. And I was like, I just said no. I was like, it's gonna stay exactly how it is. They died. Is what it is. They died within a year of me owning the house. So I was like, they weren't meant to be.
Yeah.
I do want a walkway though. That would be nice to reroute my walkway.
Front yard?
Yeah, because it's like I never can use it because my truck's parked in the driveway.
It blocks it.
It blocks it. So like,
Mine's the same way. If I park a car on that side, you can't use it. You got to walk through the landscape.
maybe I'll just get a landscaper and be like, hey, this is what I want you to do. You need to do my backyard and move this sidewalk to the front of the house.
It can be expensive. Then you got to get your HOA's approval to do that in the front.
Fuck them. What are they going to say?
Fine you.
For what? Relocating my walkway? I don't even think they would notice.
Check your CCNRs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, I wouldn't. And that's I don't think that would be. If I just even redid my landscape, I wouldn't even notice.
I think if you if you were to move bushes, they wouldn't say nothing like that.
Like as long as
But
it looks
actually
good.
redoing those bricks, that walkway that you have, those paver bricks, they might say something.
Nah. Because what's it matter? You're moving the walkway to a usable location.
It matters to those people because they got nothing better to do.
Yeah.
That's exactly why it matters.
Nothing better to do.
They don't.
Their whole purpose is to make sure they can find you and put a lien on your house and eventually take your house from you.
Yeah.
That's their whole purpose.
You know what would happen if I should have found out that? I would drive to it and I would probably just light everybody up and that would be the end of it.
I told my wife we got a HOA letter about a couple of weeds by a tree, and I was like, "Ah, fuck them. I'm not gonna do shit." And she's like, "Well, they'll take the house." I was like, "They're gonna have to go over my dead body to take this house."
And best believe I won't be the dead body. Yeah, no, I'm surprised it hasn't happened though. There aren't like more mass shootings when it comes to HOAs.
Our state's not that bad. Texas has quite a few.
Ours is pretty bad. All our HOAs are actually in like Arizona. If you like look at where they're located, like Camco and all them, they're in Arizona and shit.
I've read some bad stories. Like there's a subreddit called HOA Hell or something like that, or fuck HOA, and people just post stories and pictures of their fucking outlandish HOA. And this one lady said she was walking down her driveway and it was icy, and she slipped and fractured her hip. Mm-hmm. And she said 2 other people actually walked by, looked at her, and then just kept walking. Well, the HOA was driving through doing inspections. They took a picture of her laying in her driveway and then sent her a letter saying there was a homeless person sleeping in her driveway and to take care of that.
Oh my god, I would have sued. I don't. What can you do about that?
I don't know what you can do about it, but I would be fucking livid.
You know
First
what?
of all, 2 people walk by as I'm laying there like, "Hey, can you help me?" And they're just like,
You just send that to the news. You send that to the news, and then it's just so much bad publicity that like this guy drove by and did that it's like, then they'll be like, oh, okay, maybe you should check on people if they're just laying, make sure they're homeless.
That was a fucked up one.
Someone's got a pretty bad one. They have that one where you can't park in your driveway. Your vehicles have to fit in your garage.
That my last place did that.
Is that yours? That's not yours.
No, Summerlin.
Yeah, some places have that.
It's a rich community.
I think Rhodes Ranch is like that too.
Maybe.
I remember when I was working there. Rhodes Ranch. Those people were so mad at their HOA.
Yeah, but they also pay like $400 a month or something stupid.
They pay a crazy amount because of the golf course.
Yeah.
Well, Tuscany, theirs is $650 a month.
That golf course. Dragon Mountain, I think, is $1,800 or whatever. McDonald Ranch.
Yeah, $1,800 to $2,000
golf course they have.
So isn't the Ridges? The Ridges are like $2,500 a month for your HOA.
Ridges, if it wasn't so fucking far away from everything.
Yeah. They built so much stuff over there now.
Really?
You don't even have to go that far to get it. There's so much stuff on that side of town. That side of town is so much nicer because there's so many options to go to places to eat.
Oh.
There's that HOA in, I think it's Texas, where they bought this guy's farm and they built all these new development. But there's a farm that's been next to it for years and they're trying to regulate the guy's farm too. And they're going out and trying to inspect his freaking equipment. They sent him fines because his farm equipment sits on the land. They're like, well, you can't have broken down property, vehicles on your property. He's like, I'm not part of your HOA, first of all. And that's my farm equipment. It sits there until I'm using it.
I was reading another one where a guy, he had one of those extended driveways where he could park his boat.
Yeah.
And the HOA, they changed the rules. They're like, oh, now you can't have a boat visible. So what he did,
he put the fence and painted it to look like the
boat.
boat.
He painted it to look exactly like the boat. So he put up this giant, like he put one of those awnings over and everything, and he had it covered. But he painted the cover to look exactly like his boat, and so it looked exactly the same.
I think I saw that story. That's funny.
I was like,
and the HOA still filed a complaint.
Yeah, they still filed a complaint and said it's an eyesore or it's a visual nuisance or some shit like that.
You could probably take him to court for that because they made a request for one thing and you did it, and
yeah, he was like,
you didn't say anything about me painting the fence.
I put it exactly where you wanted me to. I put it right behind a fence. Like they got on my neighbor one time because we have those black wrought iron fences for our backyard, kind of like what you have.
Yep, the gate.
And she put, it wasn't exactly chicken wire, but she put some sort of meshing up, and it was white. And the HOA is like, you can't have that, blah, 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 blah. And they're like, well, my dog will get out. And they're like, well, you can have it, but it's got to match your gate. It's got to be black.
Yeah, we have that too.
She grabbed a couple pieces of cardboard, spray painted that bitch black, and slapped it back up there. They never said a word after that.
Yeah, I mean that's usually a rule because mine has that same rule. If you can put up whatever as long as it matches the gate, and I have chicken wire. It's just black chicken wire.
I just want to get something to block it because my goddamn dog barks at everybody that walks by.
You can get if you go to like one of those metal sheet shops. Like there's the one on it's right here. I forgot what it's called.
You hit the black solid one.
Yeah, you get the black solid one from there. It's where I got the grill covers.
Oh, okay.
But, yeah, they do custom size sheets of, and that was only like $100.
That's not bad.
Yeah, 'cause I think it's been like $250 for those two, and I think it's like $100, and you're like just do a giant square and just
screw it on there, be good to go.
Yeah, except for the problem with gates is they are powder coated; they're not painted. That way, they can paint here just eventually flakes off. You just have to get it powder coated. So maybe $200.
I was about to say the powder coating is gonna be as much as the fucking
so you pay $100 for the powder coated, or maybe you just take your chances with the spray paint. Only spray paint one side and just keep.
Well, they had that high heat spray paint you can buy.
I guess if you do it right, scuff it and paint it and whatever, it'll be fine. You only got to do one
Prime
side,
it, then paint it.
I just gotta do the side that faces the street.
Yeah.
And then you should paint a dog. You should paint a dog on it.
Well, nobody's complained about my dog. It bothers me when my dog barks because I don't want to be one of those neighbors that has a dog that yaps outside. And they don't normally do it until they see a person.
Yeah, my dogs are the same way. My dog.
Like the one neighbor, they've got 4 kids. So their kids are always running around outside playing. And the dog's just barking. I'm like, get your fucking ass in this house.
You should get one of those outdoor bark monitor things. It's like a little speaker and you plug it in outside, and then when a dog barks, it makes a noise, and then supposedly they're like $50. It's pretty cheap. I thought about getting one for my dog because it's getting progressively annoying.
Yeah, you got a small dog.
Yeah,
They got chips on their shoulder.
Yeah, he goes. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
See, my dog doesn't bark that much.
Your dog just goes.
And then when somebody comes near him, he cowers.
He does.
Okay, so Rhodes Ranch is $155 apparently a month.
That's saying they want to raise it?
By $60.
That's too much money to live there.
$60?
Yeah, so I don't know how old this is, but at some point it was.
Yeah, Rose Ranch ain't that great.
No, it has a lot of theft in it.
Yeah.
Does it really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Very high crime rate in there.
Because I remember they
Which
left.
is crazy because it's a gated community.
Yeah, it was like
Gated
when they were
communities mean
doing
nothing.
Yeah.
when they were doing phase 4, they
Yeah.
just had the block wall torn down and just anybody could just walk into phase 4.
Oh yeah, that's right. They were because it was that little back gate.
Yeah,
and you
that
just like
little
walk
back
in.
gate, and you just
They're still building in there.
yeah, they should be on phase 6 or 7 by now.
They should be almost done with it. It's not that big.
It's a pretty big.
It's
master-
pretty big.
It's
Actually.
good.
It's a
Yeah.
pretty
but
big
it's not
master
that-
community.
Yeah,
It has such a high theft rate in it,
yeah.
though.
I've heard that it's not as good as people think.
I didn't think it was good.
I didn't think it was that good either.
It's just another community,
Yeah.
a golf community, I guess you should call it. Oh wow, we're rolling on time.
Are we? What are we at?
Past our limit.
Oh. And I don't even think we stayed on one of our topics.
We did. We finished the kids one. Well, this means we just have some for next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got plenty.
Yeah. Oh, this was fun. We hate HOAs apparently. So
I
who
think
who
that's
doesn't hate HOAs?
I think that's a common. I've never met a person that's like, oh man, my HOA is the tits. I love them. No, like I said, it's a love-hate thing. I love that they keep shit, nice and neat. Mm-hmm. But I mean, sometimes they go a little overboard. We noticed the stucco on the side of your house is chipped.
Oh, I had to redo the whole front. If you look at mine,
Yeah.
it's two different colors because I had to buy spray paint that would somewhat match. I had to fill in because it looks like someone took a golf ball and started hitting the side of my house.
Yeah, I think.
And it took them 3 years before they noticed it. And they're like, oh, you need to fix that. So I got the stucco match. It looks like crap. And I just spray painted it. And it doesn't even match. And they're like, okay, that's good enough.
Damn.
Then I had to cut the tree.
Yeah, your neighbor's pissed about that because it was their shade.
It was their shade. And he was like, why are you cutting? I'm like, HOA said it had to go. It can't be leaning over your driveway.
I just repainted my trim. So if you ever need to repaint your trim, I got a guy. It costs like $500.
I'll have to redo
He
my
redid
house. I'll have to redo my house
all the
eventually.
trim. I'm never redoing my house. Fuck that. I figure if you just keep redoing the trim, it always looks fresh. The second you start redoing the house, because the house is all one color of faded.
The HOA just made that guy down that way paint his house.
He probably should have pressure washed it first,
He did.
and then it still looked like crap.
Yeah.
No.
It was really faded. They made him paint it.
Well, this guy, I think he only charges like $1,500 to do everything. So that's actually fairly good to repaint an entire house and with the trim and everything.
That's pretty cheap.
That's super cheap. I mean, he did all the, like I said, he did all the trim, like all the trim for $5, which was, door.
He paid $6,000.
Yeah.
Because they had to mask all his windows. It's the time. It's a 2-story home. So they had to mask all the windows. If you're doing to trim, it's not that much masking.
It's the same amount of masking. He masked all the windows. So he didn't get any overspray. It was the same amount of masking. I was
No.
thinking about it in the end. I'm like, maybe I should have just paid him to do the whole house. And I was like, fuck that HOA. They didn't ask for the house. They asked for the trim. They got
Give
the
them
trim.
exactly what they wanted, and that's it.
They didn't even ask for the door, but I was looking at the door. I'm like, man, this door looks like ass. Because at the end of the day, I get the sun on my door, which now it's all faded. Well, it's not faded anymore. Now it looks great.
Yeah, see, that's what I like about my front door. It does not get any sun. But I would like to...
Yeah, your sun is like this.
Yeah.
It's oh no, I guess no one knows what that. So the back of his house is that way, which means
It literally stays in the back of my house the whole time.
Yeah, which means you kind of are screwed with that. I get it in the morning. By the time the sun's past my house,
It'd be good if I had a pool in the backyard because that pool would be warm as shit in the summertime.
yeah, it would.
It'd be like bath water. Go in that pool at night, it'd be so nice.
Jacuzzi. All right, hot tub. All right, no. All right, Joe, send us out.
Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. at Real Friends and on X, or Twitter.
I'm sure Joe will
Real
actually
Friends.
post something on there. Because I'm pretty sure we haven't posted anything in.
Nope, I did last time when what's his name was here. I posted our setup.
Oh, our shiny setup.
Yeah, our shiny setup.
Our setup doesn't.
And they actually got a couple views.
Oh.
So
Okay. False on all. You said it's false on all major streaming
yeah, all in all major streaming videos and
podcasts. Except for Apple.
Yeah, except for Apple.
Fuck Apple.
Their setup sucks.
I cannot figure out how to get on. Like, I've made an account. I've done this. I've done that. It's the biggest sham I've ever seen in my life. It's a fucking sham.
Most of them were paying in the ass.
No, they were all super easy. Like, I just signed up and that was the end of it. A lot of them's linked to Spotify, which is nice. You just sign up on Spotify. It's like a list of them you just sign up for, and then it just put it on Spotify.
Posted them all for you?
Posts them all for me, and I don't have to do anything. But Apple's like its own little monster that doesn't want to work.
You probably have to do it like on an Apple computer.
I think that's what it is. You have to do it on. I actually had to make the account. It would never let me make an account. I had to go find one of my old iPhones
And
make the account on the iPhone. It was the dumbest shit I've ever seen, and then I just was like, you know what? I don't care. It's not like we have enough people who listen that we need to be on.
Speaking of Apple being stupid, so my kid's iPad, right? He hasn't updated it in a while, and we tried to put an app on it. It was like, you don't have enough room. You need to clear room. I was like, all right, try to go clear room. It's like, you need to do the newest update to use the delete apps thing for Apple. It wouldn't let me delete it without it being updated. So you go to do the update. Update is like, oh, you don't have enough room to do the update. I was like, well,
Catch-22?
Yeah. It won't let me delete anything because it says you have to have the newest update to do everything, but you can't do the update because there's not enough room.
Did you just throw it in the trash and go get an Android tablet?
Yeah.
No, he still has it. I'm like, you're not getting any more apps.
Throw that
You're
bitch
screwed.
away and go get a Galaxy tablet.
I know. My kid has like a Galaxy tablet. I was like, this is the greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
Is it actually decent?
My
Yeah,
wife has a
better than
Galaxy
Apple.
tablet.
Yeah,
She
we all
loves
have
that
Galaxy
thing.
tablets. I love my tablets,
Yeah.
man. I got a Pixel tablet, like 2 Galaxy tablets. They're great.
Yeah, throw that fucking iPad away, man.
Fucking Apple products.
Throw that bitch in the trash.
I have an older Galaxy tab if you want it.
Nah,
Okay.
I'm good.
Okay. Yeah, it was free, but whatever. All right. I think this is a good show. You're all great. We will catch you next week.